If you're a 90s kid, probably you can relate to this. Your mom generally asks you to get a lot of vegetables and things outside from the daily market, doesn't she? During the same time, like around 1996, there was a brilliant little motor scooter born. This basically was called as the Aerox, a 50cc two-stroke engine built over a chassis which has enough storage to keep all your vegetables, milk supplies and everything that a daily commuter needs. During the 2000s, a lot changed. There were championships which took place between the motor scooters range. The best part that I would like to tell is these two-stroke maniacs punched out 0 to 100 in less than 4 seconds of time with enough amount of tune. I mean, that's flabbergasting if you realize. In 2006, we had the beautiful Kinetic Blaze which came to India. Well, this was a big change because especially in 2014, we got to see the 850cc V-twin Aprilia Mana scooter. Fast forward a couple more years later, we had the Piaggio Vespa with the 150cc segment and also the Aprilia with its SR160 and the 150cc segment. Jump forward to 2021 and we have the brand new Yamaha Aerox.
With the Aerox 155, Yamaha plans to conquer the sports scooter segment that is currently dominated by the likes of the TVS Ntorq 125 and the Aprilia SXR 160. Can the Aerox 155 with its 155cc R15 source engine and what seems to be a solid chassis successfully become our favorite thrill-offering scooter? Let's find out.
Fortunately, the brand new Yamaha Aerox 155 doesn't hold back even to a little extent.
The Yamaha Aerox 155 is one bold-looking scooter. It looks like it belongs in the MotoGP pits waiting to ferry Valentino Rossi to greet his fans, especially in the Monster Energy livery that it has in this.
At first glance, this looks like a hybrid between a motorcycle and a scooter, which exactly what it is, a moto scooter. Well, if you see the lines, it is very reminiscent of your Yamaha R15, which this is exactly derived from.
Up front, you have a massive split LED headlight setup with LED DRLs as bros above it. This setup does a good job of illuminating the road ahead of you at night. The turn signals, like with the R15 V4, are still traditional bulbs and are placed on the sharply designed side body panels.
If you compare it with the regular scooters like a Honda Activa or an Axis, this is not a small scooter by any means. It is large and provides ample amount of space for you to sit and feels comfortable to ride on.
Its step-through format means that it immediately stands out from the ocean of flat floorboards in India. That does aid in handling because of the low center of gravity thanks to the fuel tank being lower. And while it's a unique form factor, it's also certain to prove prohibitive for many buyers looking for a more practical machine. But even to those not in the market for it will find it hard to deny that the Aerox is a super cool looking thing.
The brand new change on this is that the fuel tank has been shifted from the rear to the front, giving a big and massive 24-litre under-seat storage on this.
The 14-inch wheels at both ends wrapped in a very chunky tires, a meaty exhaust system and twin shock absorbers at the rear all add to the substance, and the Aerox has quite a lot of presence on our roads.
We're all cool with its motorcycle part, but let's see if it lives up to its name for its latter part.
Despite all its bulk though, it's not the most spacious scooter around. Of course, there is no space for luggage on the floorboard, but even space for your feet is in short supply. The design of the front apron means that it constantly falls the knees of taller riders and you can't slide back too far on the seat because of the prominent step on it. In this situation, you could even injure your knees if you hit a bump hard. One area where there is an abundance of space though is under the seat. With the fuel tank relocated to that prominent spine section, you get a generous 24.5 liters of space under the saddle. But at just 5.5 liters, the fuel tank is certainly on the smaller side for a scooter with these sort of credentials. The rear of the scooter continues with a sharp design with a neatly integrated LED tail lamp and that nice chunky 140 section tire. Certain areas like the switchgear and the bodywork look and feel quite nice, especially the double-layered bodywork on either side of the lower apron. But other areas like the flimsy fuel filler cap, the pillion foot pegs that don't sit flush against the bodywork and even the uneven floor mats don't quite feel up to the mark. There are also some inconsistent panel gaps and shut lines across the scooter, and Yamaha would do well to tidy up these blemishes considering the Aerox position in the market.
The perfect contender for the Yamaha Aerox is none other than the Aprilia SR160. Well, both of these scooters are not one and the same, but the best part is both feel so uniquely different, yet they are part of the same class.
The Aprilia's SR160 feels compact in every single way. The seat is compact. The analog and digital instrument cluster is compact too. Well, there is not much space in the storage section as well, but thankfully has a bigger footboard. Even the foot pegs are small as well for the pillions. The rear tire is smaller too, and so are the headlights. But honestly, this feels the most fun around the city thanks to its overall compact and grunty nature of its engine.
Talking about the comfort part, this is a very compact yet good enough for one single person with a backpack on, whereas the Aerox can easily sit another person with a lot more comfort. comfort behind thanks to the huge and wide rear seat there. But for parking, this feels much better than that.
The Aprilia is a sure-footed handler and handles sharp changes in directions with ease. And thanks to the softer suspension, it handles our potholes better too.
Well, for those people who want commuting in their mind and who would love to have a lot of power packed regardless of which scooter that they have, I would personally choose either one of them. Cause honestly, this has a character of its own and this has its own unique character. The Aprilia out here is more fun and compact, while the Aerox is more brutish, and with a lot more mods, it can be one powerhouse of a machine. Well, the Aerox is very famous for doing quarter-mile drag races in Thailand and a lot many more places, beating even the little class motorcycles out there. And the SR160 handles great and is perfect for the short riders who would love to enjoy little track days just for the scooter competitions out there.
The Yamaha Aerox 155 packs in the same 155cc liquid-cooled 4-valve engine found on the Yamaha R15. By adding the CVT gearbox, the engine has lost a bit of power and torque, 3.3 bhp and 0.3 Nm to be specific.
It doesn't feel as immediate as an electric scooter would, but then again, this packs in a lot more character than any of those two.
But once it gets going, it's properly rapid and it's very linear and doesn't lose momentum until the speedo is showing triple digits. Sure, when you're riding hard, the efficiency drops well below the 40 km per liter mark. But when you dial it down a notch, things improve considerably. The sheer grunt of it means that you don't need to use very large throttle openings to get around, and when ridden with a careful right hand, the Aerox can even deliver as high as 50 km per liter in the city. Out on the highway at a steady 65 to 70 km per hour cruise, you should get even more. Part of the Aerox stellar fuel efficiency in the city is down to its excellent start-stop system. Barely has the front fork finished rebounding from coming to a stop and the engine has already been killed. The Aerox has your back, bringing the motor to life in an instant when you twist the throttle thanks to an integrated starter-generator unit. That just makes the entire riding experience really stress-free, considering you are never hunting for the right gear and you always come out of the corner with just the right amount of drive. And this bike, scooter, definitely can.
In general, as a scooter doesn't handle as nimble as a short wheelbase scooty, but then this handles exactly like a motorcycle should. This is one of the best things if you want to upgrade to a motorcycle in future, or if you want to have the same feeling of a motorcycle without compromising by having the scooty. But of course, this is something that you would want to carry your essentials as well.
There is also a compartment with the charger for the phone. The instrument cluster is also Bluetooth enabled, which displays incoming call text notifications, app notifications and phone battery status. And the Y-Connect app enables a plethora of functions like Rev's dashboard, which provides engine telemetry on your smartphone screen. Despite having all this, the Aerox doesn't get turn-by-turn navigation, a feature available in scooters that were much more affordable. It's worth noting that the India-spec Aerox misses out on the keyless operation, which the international market gets. Honestly, there is one shortcoming with this engine. It's the sound. You don't even hear it starting up. The exhaust note is quite ordinary, and a sportier soundtrack to go with the rest of its sporty nature would have gone a long way in elevating the experience. In the end, Yamaha has taken quite a brave decision by launching the Aerox 155 in India, because this is not a sort of scooter that is going to set sales chart on fire, and Yamaha probably knows this too. It provides quick and convenient city transportation, thanks to a strong engine and effortlessness of a CVT. It's comfortable on the highway too, and of course, it's an enjoyable scooter in the twisties. If these are the things that appeal to you, then the Aerox should definitely be on your shopping list. At Rs 1.29 lakh ex-showroom, the Aerox is not cheap. But when you stop to think about what it brings on the table, it's quite reasonable too. Would I recommend this over the Aprilia? I certainly think so. It makes more power, it's the better handler of the two, has more kit as well for around Rs 4,000 more. You're also backed by the vast Yamaha dealer and service network too. Has the Yamaha Aerox 155 managed to become our favorite sports scooter then? It might just have.
Well, we have come to the end of this awesome, amazing scooter or so-called moto scooter, and I just can't get enough of it. This is the brutish motorcycle cum scooter, also known as a motor scooter, that you would definitely love to have. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe, and share with as many friends as you can. Until next time, get set and Arki. We're all cool with the motorcycle.
Rolling. Sorry.
Sitting with the pillion. I mean, sorry, we told the other way around. That is for that. One such